So, what do we do along our creative path when we feel like things are going really slow? I know that I've definitely hit those moments where I feel like my Instagram page just isn't growing and the algorithm is ruining everything and I haven't sold a piece in a couple months. How do we keep the faith, keep moving forward, and how do we also pick up the pace a little bit so that we can see some traction? I'm going to share with you my two best pieces of advice for these really slow, unmotivating moments. One is more on the practical side, and one is more on the holistic side. So the first tip for when things are going really slow is try new things to show yourself that you can make change. A lot of the time when we're not gaining momentum and traction and we feel like we're going backwards, it's because we've been repeating the same formula over and over again, and that momentum is dwindling. Maybe you've been posting a photo of your studio and a photo of you painting once or twice a week for the past 6 months. And while maybe that got you some traction and excitement in the beginning, now you feel like it's just not getting you anywhere. In these moments, I encourage you to look to new strategies, new things to share, new things to try, new people to reach out to, because that's going to bring new energy into your business and into your studio. And it's going to show you that even if it's just 5 people or 1 email of interest or just a couple new followers or whatever, it's going to show you that you can keep making forward movements, that even if your growth is really slow and steady, you are in a different place than you were 6 months ago. You are in a different place than you were yesterday. So a couple things you can try if you feel like things are going really slow is share something you've never shared before. Share a new piece of content. Share something about your process you haven't shared before. You could reach out to a fellow artist on Instagram and see if maybe they want to do an art trade, and then you both share the other person's art when it gets there. Send a couple new emails, even if they're really scary. Send emails to somebody who you might want to gift your work to in exchange for them sharing a photo of it in their apartment. Or reach out to another local business to see if they might be interested in that's my cat. Pause. Yeah, reach out to another local business to see if they might be willing to show some of your work. The point is that when you feel like you're hitting a wall and like you're stuck and you're not gaining momentum, remind yourself that there's so many things you haven't tried. There's so many resources available to you. And sometimes you just need that little zest, that little piece of energy that says oh yeah, there's still tons of hope. And look at this thing I just did that was different. Maybe I didn't make a huge leap, but I just made a little incremental improvement. And that's where you're going to get the confidence to keep going. And you're going to be reminded of your ability to have faith and your ability to make change in your situation. So that's the first thing. Try something new. The other piece of advice for when you're in a really slow moment is stay focused on the big picture. I know it's really easy when we're trying to do our art as business to think that the algorithm is going to keep our art away from the people who need to see it, or the oversaturation of amazing artists is going to keep us small and hidden. But that's just the really, really minor details that might come in and out over the years. But when you zoom out and look at the bigger picture, you and your purpose for creating and you and your art are so much bigger than these little online technicalities. There's a bigger destiny for you and your art that goes so far beyond the Instagram post that didn't get seen or the piece that didn't get sold. So try and remember that. When you're in a slow moment and you're feeling really frustrated with a lack of growth or traction, that there's such a bigger cosmic plan at work. And that really helps me to reconnect with why I'm even doing this. I'm all about growing my business and getting my work out there more and more, but at the end of the day, I have to reconnect with my intention, which is I'm sharing my art because I love it, and I'm trying to get my work in front of other people because I believe in it, and I'm doing this for such a bigger reason than just making ends meet or bills at the end of the month. Those things are important, but we need to have that balanced perspective of we have such a bigger purpose at play, and we have to trust that that is going to weave its way into our everyday business and our everyday plans and strategy and the things that happen that help us along the way. So, to recap, if you're feeling like you're in a slow moment and you're losing hope, try something new to remind yourself that growth and change is possible, and look at the bigger picture and kind of take a zoomed out perspective on your art path, which is going to be long and varied and full of high moments and slow moments and medium moments, and all of those play into the bigger destiny and purpose for you and what you're creating. So, I hope that's helpful. I also want to make an announcement, if you haven't heard already, that my 3-month one-on-one mentorship is open for enrollment. I'm taking 4 new artists. This is the last time that you can work with me one-on-one until 2020 and maybe mid-2020. We're going to see how it goes. But if you are in a place where you really want to go to the next level with your art, whether that be finding your style and expressing more of what's really you, maybe that's growing in terms of your business and getting your work out there, maybe it's moving past some unworthiness and fears of being seen and having a hard time being consistent and showing up, or maybe it's a combination of all 3, this is a really good chance to really get the support, the personalized feedback, and some trusted guidance along the way. The artists that have gone through this program with me are completely different artists and humans than they were when we started working together. And that's because I think having a space to show up and receive that feedback and really get to the bottom of exactly what is getting in the way or what you're not seeing is incredibly powerful and transformative. So you have until October 16th to apply. And I'm only taking 4 artists, so those spaces might fill up pretty quickly. I encourage you to get your application in. The link is in my bio, and if this is for you, I'm so excited to start working with you. It's a really, really deep experience. It's personal and intimate because we're talking about art in your path, and it's such an amazing gift to give yourself if you're ready for it. So I hope you enjoyed this IGTV video, and I will see you very soon.